Whether it's getting into a gunfight or trying to get out of a gunfight, it's really important to understand how painkillers work in Escape from Tarkov. My name is Ruben. I stream Escape from Tarkov in the evenings during the week. I would love it if you guys hopped in and just said hello, but we're going to get into a super simple painkiller guide on which ones are the best option, which ones you should always go for, and which ones are the most reliable, and I'll give you my opinion on what I like to use the most. Let's get right into it. Whether it's getting in a gunfight or staying in the gunfight or trying to leave a gunfight, painkillers are going to be the most useful thing to be using when it comes to getting into gunfights. Painkillers are going to have it so that when you have blacked out limbs, you're still able to maintain a good shot. So like, let's say your arms are blacked out, you're going to be able to hold your weapon a lot better than if they were just blacked out with no painkillers in that egregious sway. Or let's say your legs get blacked out, and if you're not on painkillers, you're just going to be limping away. So being on painkillers all the time, as bad as that sounds in real life, in this game it's super useful to get in or out of fights and stay in them as well. So let's go over a super simple painkiller guide, starting with just the painkillers themselves. These painkillers are the first painkillers you're going to get in the game, especially during a wipe. These are going to be the most accessible ones through traders, and you're going to find these the most often. So these painkillers takes a 3-second use, and it's going to remove your pain for 80 seconds. Okay, so 80 seconds of pain, that's enough to get into a gunfight or get out of a gunfight. Let's say if you scab in, you're going to be able to maintain your legs and your arms. Now there's downsides with painkillers, and let me go over that first. Hydration. It's going to take down your hydration. So if we go down, if we go over the hydration, it's going to do minus 17. That's off the bat. So if I take this painkiller, it's going to reduce my health here, or my hydration by 17 points. But I'm going to gain painkillers for 80 seconds. So I am now going to be able to stay in the fight for about 80 seconds. It's roughly a minute. It's great. This late in the wipe, these aren't the most useful, right? They're handy if you can find them and you run out of painkillers. Yes, go for these every single time. But when it comes to all the time use, I do not suggest these guys. Next up on the list is Augmentin. Augmentin is double the amount of pain killing time. So this is 150 seconds. It's going to give you +5 energy, but -5 hydration. So a little bit more useful when it comes to, keeping you hydrated, and also a longer pain killing time, but it's a one-time use instead of the 4-time use when it comes to the regular old painkillers. Again, these are great to just have if you need them, but they're going to take up more slots. So instead of having 4 of them, you can just have the painkillers. It depends on what you're trying to go for. Personally, I would just, if you had 2 options, either or, I would just use the painkillers. Takes up less space. You can pop them a little more often, and then you don't run out of painkillers too quickly. Next up, we have Morphine, the most commonly used one, and also my favorite one to use. It is only a one-time use, but it's a quick, instant painkiller. So it's a 2-second use time instead of the 3 seconds of the original painkiller. So you're taking less time to pop this. It has a nearly triple the amount of a painkiller. It's 300 duration. So you're going to be on painkillers for 300 seconds, which is perfect. It's going to take away 10 energy and 10 hydration. Nice thing I like to use about this. And also you can do this with all the painkillers or meds. Keep binding them. It's super quick. I also just like how it just stabs into your arm like that, and boom, you're on painkillers. So a quicker use time, longer duration. So I highly suggest using Morphine anytime you find it. Very useful when you really need to pop meds right away to get away. I actually use Morphine more for getting out of fights than pre-medding before fights, because if I run out of meds after a fight and my limbs are blacked out, I can pop that Morphine right away and then get the hell out of Dodge. Next up on the list is Ibuprofen. It's my favorite one to use. It has a 15 use, so you can use this guy 15 times and then run out, which is great. It's going to last you like 2 or 3 raids if you're pre-medding a lot. If you're not, it's going to last you a long time. It's not the most uncommon thing to find, so don't worry if you like keep this on your person and then you lose it. You can find more ibuprofen or buy some. They don't cost that much. The nice thing about this, and what I always suggest doing, is putting your painkillers that you're going to be pre-medding with in your gamma container. So this way you're always going to have it, you're never going to lose it, and it's just a consistent thing you can use. The nice thing about this as well, it removes pain almost as long as the morphine injector. 280 seconds. That's perfect for pre-medding, getting into a fight, and getting out of a fight. That's why I really like these longer use times, or these longer pain-killing times, is because you don't have to think about popping a painkiller mid-fight. You're going to be on the painkillers, you're going to be fine. So like I said, getting into a fight or getting out of a fight, very useful. So next up are two very similar ones, but one has half the amount of use as the other one, or just about. Vaseline. Vaseline is great. It has a 300 duration, 300 seconds, just as long as the morphine injector. Takes a little bit longer to use. Only takes away 5 energy and 5 hydration, so you don't really have to worry much about staying hydrated when it comes to staying in the raid. You're gonna have this painkiller for a lot longer. The next step up would be Golden Star. Use time is 7 seconds, so a little bit longer than the ibuprofen and the Vaseline. It's gonna take away 15 energy, but it has a 350 second duration. That's the most. That's the longest for now in this current wipe and stage in Escape from Tarkov that you're gonna have pain-killing abilities, if you would call it. So you're gonna be on painkillers for 350 seconds. The nice thing I like about this, it gives you some energy recovery and some hydration recovery, so it gives back as well, not only with the pain-killing, but with the hydration and the energy. Most common use, you could say it's the meta of Escape from Tarkov. The animation are both the same when it comes to the Vaseline and the Golden Star. The guy has trouble opening up that little Vaseline or Golden Star, but it is the meta, I guess you could say, of Escape from Tarkov, because it lasts really long. And that's what I like about the Golden Star. More costly, so if you have the funds to buy it on the flea market, yes, get it. But if you don't, go for the Vaseline or the ibuprofen. They're going to last you a few more raids than just the painkillers, Augmentin, or the morphine. So next up, we have the oddballs when it comes to painkillers. We have Propital, we have Adrenaline, and we have L1. The Propital, I think I went over this in the last video when it comes to the healing in Escape from Tarkov. It increases your health regeneration for 300 seconds, your metabolism, your health, and your vitality. It removes your pain for 240 seconds with a 2-second use time. So it's just like the morphine injector. So let's use it. The only thing with Propital, and I'm actually going to speed this part of the video up so you guys can see, is that it creates a tunnel vision effect. So when the Propital wears off in your PMC, you're going to get this kind of cloudiness and this kind of closed offness, like almost like your eyes are closing. So as you guys can see here, I fast forward to the video, you can see this kind of closing of your eyes, and it gets kind of dark for a second and then it opens back up. That's the tunnel vision effect when the positive effects of Propital wear off. It gets kind of annoying. It's almost like you have a headache, or like you hit your head or you got shot in the head, kind of similar, but it's not a fun thing when you have it, but it goes away after about like 10 to 15 seconds. Not a big deal. Next up, we have Adrenaline. Adrenaline, it's only a 60-second painkiller. I wouldn't use this as a painkiller at all. I would use this actually maybe to just pre-med into a fight. Not a common thing to use though. Let me be clear. Like, I don't see a lot of people doing this. I've never done this. I never was like, oh, let me pop my Adrenaline. You can. It's going to have you have better recoil control, have better endurance, better strength, a little bit more health regeneration, but it's going to deplete your energy and your hydration a lot over 30 seconds. It sucks. But let's see here. So you're going to see that your skills will go up. It's going to deplete your energy, but your skills are going to go up. So your health, your strength, your metabolism, everything just goes up, which is great, especially pre-fighting. But I wouldn't use this as a painkiller. If you find it and you have nothing else, hell yeah, pop the Adrenaline. It's going to make you run away really quick. You can actually use it just for like an emergency only. Let me get the heck out of Dodge painkiller. But that is Adrenaline. So L1, much like Adrenaline, it's going to help your endurance. It's going to help your strength. It's going to help your max stamina go up. It's going to remove pain for 2 minutes, so 120 seconds, which is double the amount of time of adrenaline. Again, not a common thing to be used. Takes away your hydration, your energy by a lot over time. Again, using it for emergency purposes only, like the adrenaline, hell friggin' yeah. Use it. Get out of dodge, or get into a fight really quick. But know that it's only, the painkiller is only gonna last you 120 seconds, which isn't as long as the Vaseline, Golden Star, Ibuprofen. So just being mindful of those things, guys. I think this is a good combination and a very simple painkiller guide for when you get into a fight, or if you want to get out of a fight, or just general use. Monitor your hydration, monitor your energy levels, make sure you're bringing enough food with you and water into raids, so that you're not stuck with low energy and then you just die of starvation or dehydration. So that's it when it comes to the painkillers in Escape from Tarkov. I hope this video was really eye-opening and helpful for you guys. I try to keep it really simple for a lot of new players that want to get into this game. Painkillers are going to be a vital role when it comes to PvP in Escape from Tarkov. So whether it's getting into fights or out of fights, being on painkillers is what you want to be doing, and pre-medding and staying medded on painkillers. Again, really important. If you guys have any questions or anything, drop a like and comment down below. Let me know what your combination of meds in your pack, whether it's in your gamma, in your bag, or whether you just don't even do painkillers because you think you're badass and you never get shot at. You wish. Drop a like, guys, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys on the next one.